Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So many people are asking, like Dusty BC Crypto here, are we in the clear? It feels like most of that disastrous downturn has now calmed down a little bit. As you can see, I've got Bitcoin here on the daily, guys, and yesterday was, well, the correction day. You can see this daily candlestick here, the one before the one that is forming today. It has a long tail, small body, so usually what that would indicate is that we are going to see a reversal pattern. You can already see the green candlestick starting beside it. So, it's funny. If I throw this on the hourly, you guys can see too that we did V-bottom out of this, and now we're kind of resting in and around this area here, this blue line indicating what was the, here, if I throw it back, actually you can see it over here, blue line indicating what was the lowest point here from back on May the 1st, 2024, in and around 56,600. So it's funny how those things work, right? Finding our base, coming back into that level of support here, even though we did wick down. Bitcoin now trading in that same level, the lowest level that we have seen since May the 1st, 2024, $56,700 per BTC at this moment in time. So, to answer Dusty's question here, I think the market is settling down a little bit. XRP right now on the hourly also has V-bottom out of the 30-cent range, and now it's trading upward of 43.5 cents. So that is the price at the time of this recording. So who got gutsy? Who decided to pull the trigger and purchase more XRP? Put it down in the comment section. Let me know. If you're comfortable, how much you guys did buy. I am curious to see how many people did capitalize on this opportunity. Of course, fear is at 37, so fear and greed not really recovering at all. Market cap is still at $2.02 trillion, so that's up by a little bit. We have seen the sell-off slow down, so activity is down within the last 24 hours, down 40.65%, but that's just because the selling pressure has gone away. Thankfully, the dominance for Bitcoin has gone down a little bit too, because altcoins did regain a little bit within the last 24 hours. You guys can see Ethereum is up 2.09%, Bitcoin is up 6.1%, Solana up 7.12%, XRP up 4.74%. And so today on the charts, we are seeing mostly a green day for the altcoins, which is positive news. If you guys have seen the $15,000 plus portfolio over there at patreon.com has rebounded a little bit too. I did post an update yesterday giving you guys a list, all the altcoins that I chose for that portfolio, how they have performed. Very good buying opportunities still. Some of them are right and around the price where I originally got in at, and some of them are actually trading under my cost average. So for more information on what I'm doing this bull run, you can find all that at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel. Rect Capital here, also mentioning this too. So we are still here, guys. The orange circle represents where Bitcoin is trading right now vis-a-vis the entire cycle. So back in 2020, we did see this retracement before the euphoria phase, and we saw the same thing in 2016, guys. It is no different when you zoom out and look at what Bitcoin is doing on the monthly, because it's one thing to look at the price in terms of daily activity, even hourly activity, but when you zoom out, you can see it doesn't look like there is really too much to be complaining about. We have seen a fairly consistent year and a half of upward movement for Bitcoin, and now we are retracing a little bit post-halving. This is par for the course, as I've said in the past. This is generally what happens too before we see that euphoria phase. We saw it back in 2016, and in and around here, well, that was the beer flu, this big black swan event. But in and around here, we also even saw Bitcoin price retrace a little bit. We saw it one time in there over a month before that euphoric phase really kind of took us to new highs. So this is what we are to expect next. The Bitcoin price has even gotten Satoshi era Bitcoin addresses activated. This article courtesy of XRP Crypto. Well, check this out, guys. Whale Alert has spotted a Bitcoin address that was recently reactivated for the first time in more than 11 years. So again, these are really, really old Bitcoin addresses, and these guys, for whatever reason, are realizing, hey, maybe I should move some of this Bitcoin, this legacy Bitcoin that I have on this wallet. Notably, the address, which contained only $1.14 million worth of Bitcoin at current prices, sprung back to life after more than a decade of dormancy following the cryptocurrency's massive price crash. And I only say only because, at that time back 11 years ago, Bitcoin was way cheaper to accumulate. According to CoinGecko data, Bitcoin reached an intraday low of 53,898. The price of the largest cryptocurrency did collapse to the lowest level in 5 months on Friday due to a double whammy of the Mt. Gox exchange. We covered that in yesterday's video, which I will link that up here in the top right-hand corner. and as well as the German government going on a Bitcoin selling spree. So there were a couple of reasons there why people were assuming we were seeing the Bitcoin price crater. Of course, there were some other factors involved, and if you guys didn't catch yesterday's video, I do urge that you watch it, especially if you are new to the market and you are concerned about your altcoin portfolio, your Bitcoin portfolio. Conversely, you can follow me at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel because, well, I'm giving you guys insight on what I'm doing this bull run. So when in doubt, zoom out really is kind of the takeaway there. Michael Branch here bringing this to our attention. Real Vision CEO Raoul Pal says that the total crypto market cap is primed to a staggering $100 trillion. So he has not changed his outlook on this. I know he said it in the past, and even though we have seen Bitcoin decline a little bit, guys, remember, Bitcoin routinely goes down 30 to 40% in these correction phases, and they're just going to get deeper. Bitcoin did correct 27.11% from the highs here, from the new all-time high down to that low. So, we're still within that range, and even Raoul Pal is not worried about this. He still thinks crypto market is set to skyrocket to a staggering $100 trillion. He did just recently do an interview with Blockworks. The former Goldman Sachs executive said that if the digital asset industry continues on with the same rate of growth, its total market cap will shoot up about 44x in less than 10 years. So this is the wider outlook on things. According to Pal, the explosion of the total market cap of crypto assets is going to be the greatest wealth generating opportunity ever. So be sure you are buckled in. Be sure you guys are investing in cryptocurrencies that are going to perform well this bull run. That's, my takeaway, but also Raoul Pal's takeaway. I think we're only going to get one good opportunity at this. And so, if you buy in low, that is the best time. Obviously, that's the best time, but there are still opportunities, guys. He says it's a $2.5 trillion market cap today. If we just extrapolate out the trend rate of growth, it gets to 100 trillion by about 2032. So this is the biggest wealth generating opportunity in all of human history. Think about that for a second. We have never seen a market grow that rapidly before. The total crypto market cap is sitting at 2.24 trillion. Well, as of the time of this recording, it's actually at 2.08 trillion, unfortunately. So there's even more room to grow technically. The macro guru notes that traders should be wary of adopting a tribal mentality when it comes to crypto assets. So that's another thing that I talk about over there at Patreon. Our job within this is to now not to get philosophical and tribal about whatever it is you're investing in and screw it up. Our job is to maximize the opportunity to the best we can, and that's a balance of how you take risk because a lot of people go max 10 risk. And he brings up a good point here. If it's going from 2.5 trillion to $100 trillion, you don't need to take max risk. You can just capture the bulk and then do a bit of tail on the side. Pal goes on to say that most of his crypto portfolio is in smart contract platforms, so he's invested in Ethereum and Solana, also in Bitcoin. 90% of my net worth is basically allocated right now to Solana. I don't have much in Bitcoin right now. Doesn't mean I don't like Bitcoin. I just think the others go up much more. Just as simple as that. And I agree. Solana is one of those cryptocurrencies that's in my legacy portfolio. It has seen, a bumpy ride. However, it has been performing quite well during this bull cycle. I'm going to be going over my legacy portfolio too over there at patreon.com/workingmoneychannel for those of you guys interested. Anyway, some great news there. Wanted to thank Michael for posting that. Now, the negative news, guys, and I think this is a lot of retail because when you look at the numbers of who actually owns XRP, I think you'll be surprised. It is a shame, says Ripple and Wales here. XRP Liquidity posting this. Since yesterday, 162.5 million XRP has been sold from the 10,000 and below groups. Now, I reported on this yesterday. I wanted to bring this up again based on what we're going to be talking about today with regards to who is actually holding XRP. XRP witnessed an abnormal 79% imbalance in liquidations. Another one here from XRP Crypto Wolf. Listen to this. XRP saw a jaw-dropping surge in bullish liquidations today, which stands in stark contrast to the muted activity on bearish positions. Data from CoinGlass shows that in the past 24 hours, a stunning 3.95 million has been liquidated from long positions, dwarfing 53,100 from short positions, a staggering difference of 7,900%. So people were selling their XRP in the midst of the fear, guys. They were selling their XRP as we were seeing the price go down. Literally the exact opposite of what you should have been doing. Hopefully you guys weren't part of this crowd selling some lucky buyers XRP at 40 cents. This anomaly coincides with the 6.3% drop in the price of XRP, indicating a shift in investor sentiment. Well, it was a bit of a shakeout, and I get it for the novice investors. This is why we do our research. This is why we should always remember what we hold, guys, and remember who is working tirelessly in the background, drumming up new partnerships, promoting XRP as that worldwide crypto asset. Now, Mr. Man here noticing this, SBI, not SBI Holdings from Japan. This is the State Bank of India, okay? They just introduced 11 new digital banking initiatives to enhance their service across various platforms. We know there's already a connection with UPI and Ripple, but he's also noticed this, Yono Business for small businesses, also corporate internet banking enhancements, UPI Lite for transactions under 500 Indian rupees, automated loan status notifications, digital loans against mutual funds on Yono, streamlined Surya Gar loan process, 35 new agricultural centralized processing cells, simplified role management for startups, higher transaction limits for businesses, and MSME Sahaj for invoice financing. And guys, again, this is from the State Bank of India, rolling out 11 initiatives aimed to enhancing their services across these diverse customer segments. Now, if you guys don't remember, back in 2018, Ripple did say that they already had 50% of the Indian market. Check this out. Ripple recently reported that it could be having at least 50%. And guys, this was 6 years ago now. 50% of the Indian market under its docket. The company has been very aggressive while pushing for wide adoption of its current transfer solution, the X-Current and X-Rapid solutions, which were later rebranded. And this has to do directly with the State Bank of India, SBI in India. They looked to Ripple to ease cross-border remittances way back then. So the fact that we are seeing, this integration now in 2024 sounds like a great new update here from the State Bank of India. I wanted to thank Mr. Man for posting that. And because a lot of these countries still do want to deal in US dollars, I know there's the whole narrative that the BRICS nations, they're going to move away from the US dollar for good reason, but that's not to say that the US dollar will not be used at all. And this is part of the reason why Ripple has announced their stablecoin, the RLUSD. So here's another one from Mr. Man and another clip here from Lauren Believe, Ripple's head of US public policy over there at Ripple, discussing the RLUSD or Ripple stablecoin. There's a need for it. There will be demand for it. This is why they're doing it. Listen to this.
Ripple's work enables global financial institutions, businesses, governments, and developers to move, manage, and tokenize value. So we're excited to have Lauren here today to speak with us, tell us more about Ripple's policy engagement efforts in Washington, D.C., and how everything's going with crypto heading into kind of the end of the year, the second half of the year. So Lauren, thanks so much for being here with us today.
Thanks for having me.
Obviously, I feel like so many things at Ripple, like the hits don't stop. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, you all announced you'll be launching a stablecoin here in the near future. How do you think about that, specific new product, Lauren, in the context of the stablecoin, economy and the benefits there, and how does it fit into, kind of the broader picture as you touched on, with enabling commerce and transactions?
No, this is absolutely thrilling. In terms of taking a step back, Ripple has enabled the crypto solutions for businesses around the world. We are in 67 countries. We've launched payment systems and pilots from Brazil, South Korea, Palau, and you have to really think about what that means for like the general globalization of the world. The next step is stablecoin, and we are really excited about this launch. We keep hearing from our customers, this is a customer demand, that they want a common dollarized method of transaction, and that is widely available and always on. And so we hope that this will be the right fit for our existing business channels. And there's so much opportunity here. Today, the stablecoin market is about $150 billion, and we have not entered that market yet. And we expect this market to exceed nearly $3 trillion by 2028. That was independent research that was done. And I think that clear demand is showcasing that the trust, stability, and utility from a company that is compliance first, which Ripple is, would be an ideal player. And we're looking to have this pegged to both the XRP ledger and the Ethereum networks.
And tell us more about where that syncs up with the government, and where there are kind of partnership opportunities for you all with government on moving stable coins forward.
Yeah. Well, currently we are working very closely with the New York DFS, and that's a focus for us. And we are complying with all current law, mostly through the state level. But what's very exciting is, as we speak, the Congress is negotiating a stablecoin bill between Chairman McHenry and Ranking Member Waters. I know the Senate is involved, the Treasury is involved, the New York Fed is involved, as is the state. And so that's something that could really set a great pathway, hopefully for both state pathways to have jurisdiction over this, as well as having a federal oversight. And then we would be able to have the regulatory clarity, not only to operate in the country, but also to identify really good U.S. banking partners and have that business relationship and the security around that business relationship that we want to pursue.
And is the same thing happening globally for you all as well?
Yes, it's definitely a global market, and we're seeing actions, across the board, both in the EU, UK, Singapore, and so this is something that we can see start in the U.S. with our launch and expand.
So obviously Ripple's already been successful in other countries around the world, and they're already regulated in many countries around the world. What she did talk about, though, is the stablecoin market currently at 100. What was the number? 150 billion, I think, right now. And they are saying that independent research has been done. They're assuming it's going to go to $3 trillion. So if I even just throw in $3 trillion divided by 150 billion, that's million. Let's throw in a billion there. That is a 20x factor, okay, guys, from here. And so Ripple definitely wants to get in on some of this pie, of course. If they can deploy more RLUSD in the market, it would take up a larger share of these payments, and thus more XRP will be utilized to transfer these types of payments where, their clients are looking to essentially dollarize their transactions. So interesting news here. Wanted to thank Mr. Mann for bringing that up. In Africa, MTN partners with Ripple partner Flutterwave to integrate payments across Africa. So some more Ripple partner news, guys. Businesses are integrating with Flutterwave in Cameroon, the Côte d'Ivoire, Rwanda, Uganda, and Zambia. This time they're integrating with MTN Mobile Money. This group has announced a mobile money partnership with Africa's leading payment technology software company, Flutterwave. This partner, it said, would allow businesses integrating Flutterwave in Cameroon, Côte d'Ivoire, Rwanda, Uganda, and Zambia to receive payments with MTN Money Transfer. Money movement has been exploding in Africa, guys. In recent years, Africa has witnessed an explosion in mobile penetration as smartphone adoption has risen rapidly. According to the GSMA, this year in Africa will hit the $500 million mark of unique mobile subscribers, and the continent will reach a 50% subscriber penetration by the year 2025. That is only next year. Sub-Saharan Africa alone is responsible for more than 45% of the world's mobile money accounts, with the number of account holders exceeding 500 million, and those numbers were from 2020 alone. So you can only imagine how much larger it is getting. It is growing year over year. Through this partnership, MTN and Flutterwave will positively contribute to this trend by increasing mobile money usage and penetration in Africa to improve local economies and livelihoods, as well as create opportunities for individuals and businesses across the continent. So more development here in Africa. Flutterwave just keeps nailing it. Country after country in Africa, providing more adoption for a lot of these vulnerable people in these countries where mobile money movement is their only way to move money. These guys, you got to remember, don't have traditional bank accounts. So they need to find a way to move their money. And, because the technology is so ubiquitous now, this is the way they're deciding to do it. So great news there coming out of Africa. I also happen to see this, guys, with Ripple partner DLocal. They have also partnered up with a company called Wano Group. DLocal is the leading cross-border payment platform specializing in emerging markets. And so they just partnered up with Wano Group. This partnership, according to the company, aims to streamline and simplify cross-border payments for Wakano's customers throughout Africa, supporting the company's expansion into new African markets. Founded in 2008, Wakano is now a prominent online travel agency based in Nigeria. So focusing on travel specifically, they're widely recognized as one of the leading travel agency providers in Africa. Here's a quote, guys. Currently valued at nearly $13 trillion, the global travel industry sees only 30% of its bookings in Africa conducted online, considerably lower than the global average of 50%. So now they're looking for a way to be able to make that transition, and I'm sure payments is a big pain point here. So what better way than to partner up with a Ripple partner? In this case, they're partnering up with DLocal. Wakano is now at the forefront of changing this dynamic in the market with a significant growth potential. The company said in a statement, this collaboration, according to the company, will allow Wakano customers throughout Africa to pay in their local currencies or preferred method of payments. Of course, by leveraging dLocal, which does run on RippleNet, that is going to get a lot easier and a lot more affordable for these African people. Again, looking at this same population in Africa that has been kind of left out of the mix historically, but now this technology is becoming, as I said, more ubiquitous, so they're able to participate in the economy more and more. Here's a quote: "The partnership has already facilitated dLocal powered payments in Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Senegal, and Tanzania, with further expansion plans, including South Africa, in the pipeline." So they are eyeing these 5 countries, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 more countries on the docket. So more great news coming from Ripple partner dLocal out of the continent of Africa. Amazing to see all this brand new development. This one from the Wrath of Kahneman. Multii is an SME lending service that integrated Ripple payment user Modular. They're based out of the UK. So here they're giving Multii access to real-time payment rails, including faster payments. Multii is a lending service for SMEs, empowering innovative businesses to reach the next level of growth and to cover emergencies. However, to offer the solution that SMEs were crying out for, they need to offer loans that were fast and easily accessible, and this is coming through Modular, guys. Multii now has access to real-time payment rails and account services and a collaborative payment partner to help them grow. In this case, guys, they're using Ripple Partner Modular and their embedded payment service. This is what's giving Multii access to real-time payment rails, such as faster payments and SEPA instant payments in Europe, right? So you have the interoperability there, which allows these companies to streamline their payment options a lot more seamlessly. This means that when the loan is approved, it is automatically transferred to the SME's Multii account in a matter of seconds. And before, as it says down here, it used to take days. So with Modular's payment embedded directly into Multii's tech stack, there is no need to manually send files to banking partners and then wait for an unknown period of time before payments reach the SMEs. And using Modular's webhooks, both SME and Multii are instantly notified as soon as the payment goes through. Here's another quote, guys. Multii's mission is to simplify finance for small businesses. Unlike traditional banks, our streamlined process allows businesses to obtain an indicative credit limit with just a few details entered. Thanks to Modular's payments, funds can be in your account within 48 to 72 hours. And I think that is, even giving them a little bit of buffer, considering we know the XRP ledger can transact within seconds. But, of course, there's all the back end that they have to deal with too. This article goes on, but I think we get the point here, guys. More Ripple adoption, this time from UK fintech Modular, helping another company, Multii, access real-time payments through the Eurozone, through SEPA specifically. So some great news there. Wanted to thank the Wrath of Kahneman just for bringing that up. So we're seeing all these Ripple partnerships. We're seeing, more adoption. Of course, XRP needs to be held by a lot of these companies in order to streamline instant payments effectively and efficiently. In a lot of these countries, it's already set and ready to go. In a lot of these cases, these are small payments, though. But when are the institutional grade payments going to come? I want to bring you guys back to, what I was talking about near the top here. About the XRP that has been sold by retail. And it really is a shame that retail has been selling XRP, considering how much XRP is even available for retail to buy, guys. I happen to see this from Zoom on Twitter. 97.5% of XRP are Ripple and founder owned. So what does that tell you? Okay, if the founders and owners own 97.5%, I would venture a guess that this asset is so valuable that they want to take up the lion's share and they don't want to get rid of it. Equivalent to all XRP in circulation has been sent through ODL and is now Ripple owned. This one coming from originally coming from XRP Liquidity here. Check this out, guys. Some statistics. Read the highlights from Q4 2022. Ripple sells XRP only to ODL. Ripple is a buyer of XRP in the open market. So we have some numbers there from 2022. Ripple did cease programmatic sales after that, but in 2017, 2018, and even into 2019, there were programmatic sales of XRP. This is the only time Ripple sold to the open market. Blockworks estimated about 700 million XRP was sold. But now, guys, let's take a look at these statistics. 99.9876 billion XRP total supply as of June the 30th, 2024, which was just last week, okay? XRP total sent to ODL from purchases in escrow was about 49 billion XRP. Ripple escrowed about 39.5 billion XRP. Ripple Holdings about 4.83 billion XRP. We got to assume Larsen and Brito hold about 4.18 XRP. And guys, retail only has the ability to hold 1.783873 billion XRP mixed with remaining market supply, okay? Then you also have to remember Matthew Mellon, the heir of BNY Mellon. He did die mysteriously, not leaving the keys to his spouse or anybody. and he had 500 million XRP locked on a cold wallet storage solution that is just going to be gone for good. Garlinghouse and Kidd estimated that they probably own about 100 million XRP. And then there's all the exchanges, okay? 77.43 was sent to Binance just within the last 120 days. So you can see 1.78 billion XRP for retail. That is not a lot. Of course, there is value in holding XRP. I just wanted to remind you about this. Wheezy originally posted this article essentially outlining David Schwartz's remarks here regarding the drop. It can't be dirt cheap. We got to remember, David Schwartz did respond to this. It still costs $1 to buy enough XRP to make a $1 payment. So you got to think when institutional grade payments come into effect, all these institutions are going to need XRP. The founders, Ripple, they've got plans for the escrow guys. There is a reason Larson and Brito are continuing to hold their XRP. Same with Garlinghouse and Kidd. And so for us, 1.783 billion XRP, that's all the rest of the world gets. And I think that's a pretty good hint at where the price will go in the future, but that's just my opinion. I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.